Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to DC Guitars. Before we get in the video, I just want to say we're in a new setup, new location in the house. Hopefully you guys will like the way this looks. I'm digging it. I'm going to do some more cool things in the background for the video, so you guys, hopefully will like that as well once it's done. But yeah, we're in a new setup. Let's get into this video. So I've been thinking about some videos I want to make, and I have a bunch of signature guitars over here, right? And most of them I built, like the SRV, which is currently missing, as you've seen by the title, and Eddie Van Halen guitar, and I have another guitar coming on the way, which you guys are gonna love that video. I guarantee that. It's gonna be a super fun video. It is a signature guitar, but I'm thinking I have all these signature guitars. Why not do a sound like signature series? So for our first video, we are gonna do Stevie Ray Vaughan. I decided to do Stevie Ray Vaughan, one, because his tone is amazing, and two, because I built this beautiful guitar. This is the SRV First Wife guitar. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I love the way this thing turned out. If you guys want to check out this video, make sure you check out right here. It was a great video. Turned out super good. Love the way it sounds. Overall, one of my favorite guitars I own. I mean, just look at that thing. You can't go wrong. So yeah, to start off this series, we're going to hit it off with SRV. And here's how I achieve this tone. Now, a quick disclaimer, this is personal opinion on how to get it, because no one will be able to get it. No one ever will have SRV's hands. No one will ever have exact stuff he used to get his tone. But this is how I get close to it. I think it sounds pretty close. So if you guys do end up thinking I do a good job on the sound and stuff like that, or you do it differently, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to comment back to you. Now, before we get into like the amps and pedals and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you some guitar specific things that you need to do to achieve this tone. Number one, preferably you're going to need a guitar with single coils. I say that because I use a Strat, which is what SRB used, and I use it in the fourth position, which combines the neck and the middle pickup. So as long as you have a guitar with a neck and middle pickup that are single coils, you should be able to achieve it the way I do. These are also Tex-Mex, Fender Tex-Mex pickups, so these are Fender pickups, which is what SRV used. So that does give you a slight advantage there. So next up in the guitar specs is the tuning. On this guitar, I am using size 9 Ernie Ball Super Slingy strings in E-flat tuning. So SRV is known to play E-flat, just like a bunch of other blues players. But SRV has his guitar set up in standard tuning, but he has it tuned down to E-flat. So that makes the strings really loose and easy to bend, and it makes this really cool sound, which is really important to the tone. So a quick example of that is for when you are bending the string. So an SRV is known for his really good vibrato and stuff like that and quick bends, and the fact that his strings are so loose makes it so much easier and makes it sound completely different than a typical standard setup guitar. So not only does it make it really easy to bend, which helps him with his tone, but also it makes the strings very slappy sounding. So what I mean by that is when you have some really loose strings and you pick hard, it backlashes easier because the string isn't as tight. So basically what I'm trying to say is SRV is known for like a really bassy sounding with his top 3 strings here, and when they're loose like that, they have a nice bounce back, I guess you could say. So it's kind of like a bass guitar with the top strings. Alright, so now we're actually going to move on to amps and pedals and stuff like that. So I am using this classic guitar amp simulator on my computer through my PV Viper. This classic amp is supposed to represent like a Marshall. So if you have anything that's close to a Marshall, then you should be able to get close to what I do. To start off, I have the pregame at around 3 o'clock, the low at about 2 o'clock. Like I said, SRV is known for a very bassy sounding tone. So that's why I had the low pretty high compared to most people. We got the mid also at 3 o'clock, high at 2 o'clock, and then post game at 2 o'clock. Now keep in mind, post gain is like real gain, and then pre-gain is more like volume. So that's why I have the pre-game cranked up pretty high. You could get a little bit lower post gain if you want, but I do believe it sounds pretty close with the way I have it now. Also on this amp, we are running it at a lead channel. So that channel is more clear and, I guess, lead sounding instead of like crunch. And then for the amp effects, we have the feedback at around 10 o'clock, level at 10, and then reverb at 10. Alright, so for the SRV tone, one pedal is all you need. One pedal. Now he does use like wahs and stuff like that in certain songs and specific songs, but for the overall sound, a boost pedal is the way to go. And this is factual. SRV did use a boost pedal, so this is a genuine thing he did to achieve his tone. is a boost pedal. I have the drive and level both set around 2 o'clock. I think that sounds pretty good. Obviously, depending on what pedal you have is going to change that, but that's what I'm rocking. Alright, and then lastly, before we start playing is, you know, the guitar knobs and stuff like that. Volume, I have it around 8 to cranked, depending on the song, and if I need it to solo, crank it up a little bit more. Tone, and both tones are both set at 6 and 5. So this is 5, this is 6. You can play around with that as much as you want, but that's what I personally have it at. So as you can see there on the first demo, I think that sounds pretty dang close. If it doesn't sound close, it at least sounds good. But that is how I achieve it. One thing I forgot to mention is playing style. SRV, if you've seen any video of him or just watched him play at all, he is a very aggressive and hard player. You know, he's not very soft. He's not, you know, very gentle. He just goes hard on the guitar. So when I'm trying to mimic him, I try to dig deep in like the solos, like, you know, really hard vibrato and strumming to get the most out of the guitar to sound like SRV. And honestly, I think that's the most important thing when trying to mimic something is mimic their playing style instead of their gear and setup. Because honestly, in my opinion, the most important factor of tone is playing style, aggressiveness. You know, how hard you play and how you play the guitar really determines the sound. I could play this super light and it would sound nothing like Stevie Vaughan, even with the setup I have currently being used. But yeah, that is how I achieve his sound. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, if you guys think I did a good job or you think you would do it a different way, let me know in the comments down below, please. I really appreciate it. But that's how I do it. And I think it turned out pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you leave a like. I'll be definitely doing these more in the future. I have a couple in mind right now. Hopefully, the new guitar will be in soon. And then I'll be doing that one next because that one's going to be my favorite by far. If you know me at all, you know it's coming. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe button, join the family. I really appreciate it. This channel's been growing so quickly, and we've been doing so well here, and I can't thank you guys enough. But that about wraps up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Till next time, this is Nate. Peace out.